Hey everyone, this is David Pike, the MotorCity mechanic. Now in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Chrysler 3.6 liter again, right? Now there's something I need you to check. If for any reason you ever have to remove the cylinder head covers or valve covers, whatever you want to call them, off of one of these engines, pay attention to something. It could save you some aggravation, possibly a comeback, or if it's your vehicle, you might be doing this twice, or if it's a customer, they may be a little mad when they got to come back in to have something done that really technically you could have checked. Make sure to pay attention. So you're working on a Chrysler 3.6 liter Pentastar engine, and you're at the point where you've removed the valve cover. And there's usually really two reasons why you would even be doing that. The first one being the most common, which is failed rocker arm, right? They damage up the camshaft, so you may have to put a cam. You're definitely doing lifters and rockers. The other one is you've got an oil leak. Could be coming from a spark plug tube seal, the valve cover gasket, or the valve cover itself. Nonetheless, you've removed it and now you're getting ready to do a repair. This is the perfect time while you've got it apart to inspect two important bolts. Now there's two per head. On this side we're going to be looking at the oil galley plugs, and they actually kind of cap off the passage that runs from the front to back. It actually feeds the lifters. We also use that oil for other things as well. So again, we're going to be inspecting those to see if they've actually come out, which usually if they come out you've got to check engine light, or if they started backing out, and that way we can kind of prevent that from happening, so we can kind of nip it in the bud while we've got it apart, so we can save some time and aggravation. As you saw, there are a lot of codes that are related to that bolt being loose or backing out, and it's not just related to the lifters and the oil that's right there. That oil also goes to the cam phasers. Cam phasers control whether or not they're locked, unlocked, and how the camshafts are positioned as far as timing. So a lot of those codes are camshaft position codes, and also because of that, with the issue with the oil going in places not supposed to because the bolt's missing or possibly backed out enough to where the oil is seeping past it, you're going to have some oil pressure related codes as well. So cam phasers are important. That bolt will cause a lot of that. Now, what is the worst case if the bolt actually comes out? Well, that's something I really need to kind of stress, because if you don't catch it in time, just imagine dropping a fork down into garbage disposal on your sink. Same scenario here. That bolt can fall down, get wedged in places, bounce around, could basically destroy the front of this engine. Last few that I've found, luckily they have fallen and landed in an area that was kind of a safe area, I guess you could say, not far from where the cam phaser is, so I could actually get a pocket magnet in there, get it out. So again, that bolt coming out and not being caught in time could actually destroy this engine. So we've got our left side cylinder head here, and I want you to look in between these cam phasers down here near the bottom edge. I want to point to one of the bolts. There it is right there. That's an oil galley plug that feeds all the lifters for the left side intake cam. Now if we move around a little bit, we can look right here and we can see the other oil galley plug. This is the one related to the exhaust cam. So again, we've got two per cylinder head, and also if you notice, we don't have a lot of access. Cam phasers are in the way. Timing cover is definitely blocking it. So there's a couple methods we can do for either checking to see how tight they are or actually doing a torque spec on them, because the spec is 13 foot-pounds. 13 foot-pounds, not inch-pounds, foot-pounds. In order to do that, we got to be able to get a torque wrench in there, and we don't want to have to remove the timing cover for that. Again, we're just kind of checking this while we've got the valve cover off. So this is what the view is from above. This is what we're going to be working with, because this is where we're going to insert that wrench I'm going to show you in a few minutes down into this area here to get onto the bolts. Because if you look real close right here, you can actually see the exhaust oil galley bolt. If I back up over here a little bit, you'll see the intake one. This one's a little bit darker because of the lighting, but nonetheless you have access from up above. Now the oil galley bolts are 13 millimeter. Now you can't just grab your regular wrench and shove it down in there and actually try to see if you can tighten them further. You might be able to get maybe a partial turn on it if you're using the open end. The box end's not going to fit in there because there's not enough space between the phaser and the bolt. Now you could grind it down, get it as thin as you could, but again you'd be kind of messing up a wrench. The other thing that kind of affects it is most wrenches actually have an angle right here. So that fights with you too. You need it as flat as possible. So what I've found that works are these little stamped metal wrenches. I can find these on Amazon. They're usually anywhere from about $7 to $8. They come in as a pair for some reason. I don't know why. They're both 13. Everything's identical. So I guess you could just throw one over to your buddy the next couple bays over, because I'm sure he'll be working on a 3/6 at some point. But nonetheless, these things have a 12-point boxed, and then they got the regular open end. So between the combination of using this, rotating over if you need to, and having enough room to get the boxed end in, we should be able to snug that bolt down. Again, we might not be able to get it to torque specs. We'll probably exceed torque specs for all we know, because we're not using a torque wrench on this. We are just making sure that the bolts are tight. Because again, tight is better than not tight at all, in my opinion. So I don't care how you tighten it and what the spec is. I want you to at least get it nice and snug. Because what's going to happen is you're going to work on this thing, and it's going to come back possibly if that bolt's about to fall out. And then they're going to blame you, even though you had nothing to do with that. So if this is your vehicle, it's a little preventive maintenance. Same thing if it's a customer's car, you're going to stop them from having to come back and complain about you having just touched their vehicle. So this right here, I'll put you a link in the description down below for these. So we're going to start with that intake oil galley bolt. We're going to grab that wrench, either the open side or the boxed inside, whichever one you prefer. And slide it down in there. And just make sure it's on the head of the bolt. There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to actually try to see if it's loose by trying to tighten it. Now, as you can see, this one was loose. Now again, this is an engine on the stand. Of course, I'm going to set it up loose for that. But you'd be surprised how many of these you get into that you will check and they are loose, or they are about to fall out. They have come out to where almost barely any threads are holding it. Some of them actually back out and actually touch the gear. But again, you're going to pretty much find out these things are always somewhat loose. And again, you kind of alternate between box end, open end, whatever it takes to get on there nice and tight. At this point, we're just going to snug it down. Now, if you really got some time and you don't mind having to back that bolt out even more, or if it's all the way almost out, that'd be the perfect time. You could add some red Loctite to those threads. I wouldn't just kind of drip it down in there so it goes on inside the timing cover. But if you can get you like a Q-tip or something to put it on, a little brush, something that you could quickly get it on there. Maybe you put a paper towel down in here to stop anything from dripping down. If you could get some of this on those threads, so when you do finally tighten it down, we have a really good chance of that never backing out. Now, I've showed you how to do it with that wrench. Now, let's say you're doing rocker arms, right? You're already taking the cam phaser and the chain off. Perfect time in case you really want to get in there and torque it to spec. I'm going to show you that. So moving on to the procedure, if you're going to be removing the old control valve, cam phaser, that type thing, this is what we're going to do here. Got the timing chain all marked off. You probably degreased it first, put some paint marks. We've got our locking wedge, we've got the tensioner wedge in, and the removal pin as far as for the lock. This is going to give us access, so for those who like to play by the book, they want a spec, they want to tighten it down to be 100% certain, this part's for you. For the rest of you, hey, thanks for watching. Here we go. All right. Everything marked, lined up the way we want it. We can actually take the wedge out for the phasers. Take the phaser off. And now we've got access to right here. That's the intake one. And the intake one's real specific on how to do this, because we don't have a lot of clearance because of this little aluminum piece that sticks out. We can't just get a 13mm socket on it and torque wrench. Don't have a lot of room down in here. I want to show you something you can use. So 3 of the 4 oil galley bolts, you'll be using a 13mm 1/4" drive socket. Just shallow, nothing major. Everybody's got one. The one intake on the left side head, that timing cover that's actually interfering, you can actually use this swivel 13. This one's made by Tekton, Tekton. I'm sure I'm probably butchering the name. but you can get these on Amazon. I'll probably give you a link down below if you want one of those. That's going to give you plenty of access to get your torque wrench on the front of that. Now I'm talking about torque wrenches. I've got a 1/4 inch drive here that I'm going to be using because we don't have enough room for a 3/8. Quarter's the only thing it's going to fit, which is why everything is 1/4 drive. This one goes up to 200 inch-pounds. Now if you remember in the beginning, I mentioned that the torque was 13 foot-pounds. Well, it's simple enough. How many inches are in a foot? 12. 12 times 13 is 156. So 156 inch-pounds. I can use this torque wrench for that reason. 156, and I'll show you with that phaser off how we can get down in there and get to them. Now, being that we've got access to the bolt, this is the perfect time to actually back it out. Now again, we're talking about tightening it, right? Well, in this case, I want you to back it out because just like we talked about earlier, we actually can get on the bolt and put that red Loctite on it while it's apart so that we can make sure we don't have this problem again. So there we go. Kind of make sure you don't have too much excess. Wipe it off if you need to. Put it on there and now run it in. We're going to get down on the intake oil galley plug. In a perfect world, you really wouldn't use a swivel because you're afraid that you might lose some kind of torque with that swivel being on there, but nonetheless this is what we got to work with. Do we hear the click? Here we go. All right, that one's tightened. Now you would do the same thing over here on the exhaust, except again, remember what I told you, just regular 13 chrome, so you could take the phaser off and get to that. So that's what you would do if you want to use the specs, if you want to use a torque wrench, put some Loctite on it. That's how the procedure would go. Now when dealing with the right side, there's not a lot of differences. We still got plenty of room to put the wrench on the back side to tighten it down. The only difference really is if we really want to use a torque wrench, we don't have to have that swivel 13 just for that one that's on the intake side. We got plenty of room with this timing cover to just use a shallow 13 millimeter socket. So if you're going to go the route with the torque wrench and you're going to take the phasers off because you're doing a rocker arm, we've got good clearance. So again, the swivel is only for the intake on the left side because of the way that timing cover is. And there you have it. That's what you need to be checking on a Chrysler 3.6 if you've got the valve covers removed. I gave you two different methods for doing that. We've got that little real thin stamped metal 13 millimeter wrench, which I'm going to put a link in at the bottom of this video if you want to purchase some. And you also got using the torque wrench if you take the cam phasers off. Either way, make sure you check that. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up on YouTube. Don't forget you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. If you have any comments or suggestions about this video or maybe a future video you'd like to see, leave something in the comments below. And last but not least, if you shop on Amazon, which pretty much every one of you do, scroll down. There's going to be a link, an Amazon link. Click on that. Make that your Amazon homepage. And anytime you buy anything whatsoever, you will be helping to support this channel. Once again, everybody, thanks for watching.